Oh man, how do you ever get tired of that, right? This amazing update to the original Contra theme. Hey, everybody, welcome to a review of Contra Operation Galuga, which, strangest name for a Contra game, right? This is the newest Contra game to come out, and, you know, I gotta be honest, I haven't played a Contra game in quite some time. We are gonna jump into the story mode here. So this Contra game actually comes with a story mode. Like, go figure. Who would have thought? Is there a story in Contra? Yeah, like two guys kick alien ass, right? So here we are in Operation Galuga. I don't really quite know what's going on. I actually haven't finished this game just yet, and you know, as per usual on this channel here. But that's because, you know, I think most players are going to know what to expect from a Contra game. You know, you pick your buff guy, you jump into the game, and you shoot everything on screen, while also trying to dodge every little thing that comes your way. It's kind of crazy. So, you know, this game, it's challenging. You know, like a Contra game is. You run and gun, you avoid obstacles and shots. It's got a little bit of a, you know, that bullet hell feel to it. You collect gun upgrades, like we got here. Spread shot, great gun, by the way. And yeah, you just overall kick some ass. So, you know, Contra, right? For those of you who haven't played Contra before, I don't know that this is the best game to start with in the series. You know, that may belong to Super Contra or even the original. There are a few Contra games you probably want to steer clear from. Whatever the latest one was before this, I remember it was like a 3D polygonal shooter type game, and I don't, like I said, I don't remember the name of it. I didn't play it though. I think I played a demo of it, and I was like, what is this? I don't know. I don't remember if I played it. I just remember it just did not have, you know, a very good reputation. We'll say that. I do think you could play as a bear though, which I thought was great. So yeah, this kind of takes the game back to its roots. Things are 2D. You got a double jump. You'll see that there is a dash ability as well. Lots of fun guns to collect. And the interesting thing about story mode is that, you know, this is a Contra game through and through. But with story mode, you're going to get a lot more talking between the characters. I mean, don't get me wrong. You are still running and gunning, shooting, blowing shit up, but, you know, there are going to be times where the characters are going to talk. And during story mode, at least, you got to be cool with that. Like, here's a section here where he's asking the kid, like, she's from the village here.
You're not what you think.
So there you go. Kid's making us look bad. A little bit of story there. Further up into this level, the game also stops to kind of give you a piece of the story. We get introduced to the big bad. This is the, if you didn't see when I selected the mode here, this is actually the third level in the game. I'm not great at this game. I was able to play through the first level and get through without any issue. The default story mode has a health bar for the characters, so you'll see up in the top left there is a health bar. I have 2 hits left on this life. You, in arcade mode, can choose between using the health bar or lives, like, you know, like you would in a normal Contra game, using the life system. Or lives system, I guess you should say, where, you know, it's one-hit kills, that kind of thing. So you can, you know, expose yourself to that and go for it if you like. But even with the health bar situation here in story mode, it's like when your health is gone, you take, you know, you lose a life. And when you lose all your lives, you get game over. There's no continues. You basically have to start the level over. And I was able to get through level 1 without much issue. I finished it in the first try. The second level, I had to play through twice. I was able to get through it on the second time. This one here, this is my first attempt at level 3, so, you know, we'll see how we do here. But this game is challenging. It really is. I mean, Contra is meant to be challenging. I don't think is there a Contra game out there that's considered easy? I don't think so, right? But I could be wrong. I don't think I played every game in the series. Here is that story piece that I was talking about here.
We meet at last. You're the 2 warriors who've been tearing through my men.
You the guy in charge of Red Falcon?
I am Veralis, the Vanguard bringing order and justice to this planet.
Just had to post about this island vacation first, huh?
And who are you? 2 soldiers? To stand against my unstoppable forces?
We're Contra, the Earth Marine Corps' finest.
Contra? Is that so?
Leave this island!
Well then, Contra. I will look forward to our next meeting.
She shouldn't face him alone.
I mean, we were headed that way already.
There you go. A little light humor. The big bad of the game seems like a pretty badass dude, I guess. I don't know. One of my takeaways from playing through a bit of the game, the story and everything, is that Lance, the red character with the dark hair, his voice is almost too professional. You know what I mean? Like this guy you play as here, his name Bill. Yeah, it says up in the top corner there. He's a bit more like Schwarzenegger, gruff, action hero star. But for some reason, Lance guy, he's got much more of like a Rambo look, but he does not sound anything like Rambo. He's got that professional, silky like radio voice, which I was like, it's a nice voice. Not very fitting considering the character and the situation here. So this is kind of interesting. You get a story beat there with the bad guy, and then the level completely changes. You kind of get this more vertical approach, which is kind of cool. So this being the 3rd level of the game, there's already been a lot of variation in the levels. The first level of the game is very much like the first level of a classic Contra game. It's in the jungle, you're running, getting to the end, you fight a machine thing at the end. It's very much what you would expect. It's not out of left field or anything. The second level I thought was like very interesting because you're on a like hover bike thing through the whole level.
You'll pay for that.
And you fight sort of like this Mad Max car at some point in it, which is pretty cool. I thought that level was pretty enjoyable. And there's another boss in it too. Most of these levels seem to have, at least from what I've played so far, seem to have like a mid-level boss and then a final boss at the end. So there's plenty of boss characters, and there's a bit of challenge too. This part of the level I had some real trouble with because I wasn't completely sure how this works. Apparently, I didn't know that he could grab the top of that rock there and then I could jump over. But I felt like this part here, like, this is definitely one of those series, Contra, along with, like, Mega Man, for instance, that has that classic NES, like, trial and error feel to it, where it's like you really got to play the level a couple times to, oh, death again. To truly feel like you know where you're going and what you're doing in the level, if that makes sense. It's just, you got to play it a couple times to figure out, like, the best way to take out the boss. You got to figure out the best path to take, the best way to avoid obstacles, that kind of thing. And, this game is no different because it's a throwback, Contra feel with the 2D look and everything. They're going for that large... that large level feel of like trying to figure out every obstacle and every boss weak point, that kind of thing. What I will say here too is that I played this game on a pretty big screen and I'm pretty close to it, and didn't have really much trouble seeing what I was doing. However, I will say, like, now I'm rewatching this to record my VO, and now rewatching it on a sort of a smaller screen to record my VO. I feel like this game would not be super enjoyable on, say, like the Switch, playing it portably on a small screen, because you look how small the character is. Like, if you shrink this video down into like a smaller window, oh boy. It makes that cardinal sin of, like, having too small of a character on screen during a, platforming situations. But yeah, that was level 3. As you can see, I did not quite make it to the end there. Here we go. Oh! Never get tired of that. Love it. I think we're going to jump into arcade mode here and show a little bit of this. We're going to jump in and do the one-hit kill, like classic Contra. And we'll show off what the original... Or we'll show off what the first level looks like. That feels like original Contra here. I'm also gonna pick like little robot dude here, so it should be fun just to kind of change it up. Because I've been playing as the fleshies for the whole of my experience so far. All right, here we go. Dropping in, robot style. Gotta love the classic NES first level Contra music. It's pretty great, right? Yeah, because it's an old school MIDI file, it's funny like just how thin it sounds compared to everything else going on. Sound design sure has come a long way, hasn't it? Alright, back to spread shot here. So yeah, as you can see here, for those of you who are longtime Contra fans, you will see, wow, this is the first level of a Contra game, isn't it? This is what it should be. Oh, we're in the jungle? Okay, cool.
Enemy defeated.
Blowing stuff up, shooting guys. Yeah, you know, this is what I was trying to say at the beginning. I mean, like, there's not really much you could say about this. Is that, like, it's kind of like a what you see is what you get situation here, you know? Though this part is cool. Again, this is, like, you get a little bit more when you're playing story mode here, but in arcade mode, they kind of just, like, get on with it. Helicopter crashes. And boom. You'll see that the landscape has altered in such a way that, oh man, everything is on fire. Yeah, I know that they don't add them in to the Contra games typically, right? At least from my experience, but like, often wonder, you know, the jungle is full of like wild animals, you know, bugs, that kind of thing. It's interesting to me that like, you know, you jump into a game like this and there's just like nothing but bad dudes everywhere, right? You think like some of them would be riding like ostriches or, you know, wild horses, or I don't know, maybe they got a gorilla and they put like one of those like mental caps on them and they're training them to be like a bloodthirsty ape. I don't know, but just throwing things out there. Lack of wildlife though, very surprising. I guess everybody, you know, all those animals fled once these guys came to town, once they set up camp. Animals are like, forget that, dude. We're out of here. One of the things I did not mention is that at the beginning of the game, when you're choosing your character, you could get these, you know, badge. I forget what the game calls them. We'll see it at the end here. But you get these badges that you can apply to your character that give you a lot of perks. I think that's what they're called. I think they're literally called perks. But they're little badges you apply. You can apply them to your character when you select your character. So it's things like, you know, start with a certain weapon, or you know, become invincible in certain situations. It just makes the game a little bit easier for those of us, like myself, who probably need a little bit of an upper hand here. Yeah, I found myself, yeah, I already mentioned it, but I definitely found myself struggling in a few areas, just trying to get through and learn the level. But with that said, though, I think Way Forward has done an excellent job making another Contra game. This is not their first Contra game, so they've been here before. They kind of know what they're doing. I accidentally fell off of there for whatever reason. Not sure why. Need to remind everybody watching, we are doing the one-hit kill thing. So once I lose all those lives, see right there's another one. The wall climbing really kind of threw me in this game. I was not expecting to be able to do that. And here you'll get to see the boss of this level. So anyway, yeah, I think the perk system is actually pretty cool. That's definitely something that I needed. I get hit right in the face there. it's definitely something I needed to like help give me a boost in the game. Like getting the homing rockets like right off the bat in a level is like super helpful. And there we go. That's game over for me on the arcade. But I like that way forward kind of put that in. I don't remember if they've had that before. It's been like I said, it's been a while since I played a Contra game. But here's the perk shop here. You can go in and like I said, buy different things that are just going to help you throughout the game. So, like I said, it's invincibility, extra lives, that kind of stuff, right? So, hey, if that sounds helpful to you, I would recommend getting some of those because it's helpful to me. But yeah, way forward. They rarely make bad games. Can't get enough of that. But yeah, they rarely make bad games, and this is another one that's in the category of fun to play, good game. So if you get the chance, I recommend checking this one out. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget, we also have a challenge mode. So we should check out the challenge mode here. Challenge mode I find incredibly challenging. I think it lives up to the name, challenge mode. You do different things here, like there's a speed run.
They're ready for us.
This one's called obstacle course. And you see I die like immediately. In these challenges, like once you get hit, you're done. So in speed run, you are trying to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. I probably tried that one like a good 7 times. I never even got close. This time I'm trying obstacle. You'll see here, I make a good effort. Just to give you a window into what might happen coming up here. But these challenges I found pretty tough. So if you are a hardcore Contra fan and you are looking for the next big Contra challenge, like I think this is it right here. So we're doing okay, avoiding the obstacles. One of the things that's always made me laugh about Contra 2 is just the way the characters jump. How like when they jump, they're just immediately in flip mode. You know what I mean? And this one you could double jump, so it's like you get extra flippy, extra like, man, how do these guys like fold like that, Yeah, instant death. And then this one, weapon research. I didn't quite get a handle on this one, but they start you off with like a super powerful spread shot here. And I guess you're just meant to finish the level with the weapon as is, but again, by the way, playing more classic music here, I don't know if you caught it there, but it was playing Castlevania in the background. If you own the Castlevania Anniversary game or the Contra Anniversary game, they have all the games bundled up together, then you'll get all of the old school music added in. But yeah, guys, Contra Operation Galuga, as silly as the name is, actually a cool game. I recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you in the next one.